Hi scholars! Today we're going to be able to solve word problems with missing addends using the RDW strategy. Let's mirror the objective. Mirror. I can solve word problems with a missing addend using the RDW strategy. So now think back to 2 weeks ago. We already started solving word problems where there was a missing addend. We learned this new strategy for problem solving, the RDW strategy. Who can tell me what each letter in RDW stands for and how it helps us problem solving? Awesome job, scholars. Okay, who can tell me what does the R stand for? The R stands for read the problem. Say it with me. Read the problem. Let's write it down just to remind us. Read the problem. Who can tell me what the D stands for? Yeah, it stands for draw and label. This, scholars, is going to help us to stay organized so that we can draw a picture and label it after we know everything that's happening in the problem. What does the W stand for? Yeah, write a number sentence and a statement. We need to make sure that we can write not only the number sentence, but we can also write a statement too. Now that we know all the parts of the RDW strategy, now let's solve this problem. Now think back to 2 weeks ago, and it was Samaya's birthday. Samaya had 19 cupcakes for her birthday. 8 of them had rings on them, and the rest were white with sprinkles. How many cupcakes were white with sprinkles? Now, scholars, when we read the problem, we need to remember that we need to read this one like a story. So let's read it one more time, and this time I want you to think about what's happening in this story. So here Samaya was. She had 19 cupcakes for her birthday, and 8 of them had rings on them, and the rest were white with sprinkles. How many cupcakes were white with sprinkles? Well, I know that if I'm going to solve this problem, I've already read my problem. Now it's time for D, to draw and label. So I am going to draw as much of the story as I can. So I know that she has 19 cupcakes altogether. I'm not going to draw those just yet, but I am going to draw the 8 cupcakes that have rings on them. Let's count it, scholars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here are my 8. Let's just double check we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to put a box around them, and I'm going to label them with an R for rings. Then, after I labeled them with an R for rings, I need to figure out the rest of my problem. I want to know how many cupcakes were white with sprinkles. So I'm going to think to myself, I don't know how many were white with sprinkles. I'm going to write WS for white with sprinkles. I'm going to put a question mark. But I do know that there were 19 cupcakes in all. Oh my gosh, I am going to use the counting on strategy that I remember so that I can figure out what this missing number is, because I know that 8 plus some number equals what, everybody? 19 cupcakes. Let's count on. So we have 8 here. Let's put 8 in our heads. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's count to see how many were white with sprinkles, scholars. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, okay, so 8 plus 11 equals 19. Now that I've found my missing addend, 11, I need to write a number sentence and a statement. So I'm going to do that right here. I know that 8 cupcakes with rings plus 11 cupcakes that were white with sprinkles equals 19 cupcakes. Now for my statement. Say it with me, scholars. Statement. A statement is a sentence that tells me my answer. I know that there were, and I'm going to write there were 11 cupcakes that were white with sprinkles. And now I have all the components of my problem. Now, scholars, let's really quick review before you guys do it on your own. What does the R stand for? What does the D stand for? What does the W stand for in RDW? How does this help us to solve word problems? Okay, scholars, now I think we might be ready to practice one on our own.